The debate is over. While everyone asks if a recession hits in 2026, 2027, Apple is already acting like it's a certainty. Not a prediction, a strategic pivot visible in their products. Consider the unexpected surge of their cheapest iPads and the bombshell, a $700 MacBook launching right before 2026. Why go budget? Because Tim Cook knows something most of us don't. We're diving into Apple's hidden signals, revealing what they know about dark clouds over the US economy. So we'll follow that clue. First, Apple's past recessions, revealing lessons learned. Second, the startling new product strategy Apple is deploying. Most importantly, we'll connect the dots. Is Apple signaling expectations for a significant economic downturn? Okay, let's start with Apple's historical report card during economic downturns, because it shows a company that learns from its mistakes. First, rewind to 2001's dot-com bubble burst. Apple, reliant on Mac sales, was vulnerable. Revenues plummeted over 50%. Losses posted. Stock crashed 70%, recovering years later. Unprepared, they felt the recession's full brunt. Fast forward to the Great Recession, 2008-2009, amidst global crisis, Apple painted a different picture. Driven by the iPhone 3G, revenues and profits grew. Stock dropped 60%, but rebounded in 9 months. Here's a crucial detail, a true Apple genius strategy. As economic anxieties grew, Apple mastered making their premium product accessible. After original iPhone launched, they slashed the 8GB model from $599 to $399. Then, with iPhone 3G launch in July 2008, right as recession hit, they introduced heavily subsidized pricing, $199 for 8GB and $299 for 16GB with a 2-year AT&T contract. Apple's genius lay in applying deep subsidization to a revolutionary product, democratizing smartphone ownership. In June 2009, with 3GS launch, they dropped the older 8GB iPhone 3G to $99. This brilliant strategy leveraged carrier partnerships. Steve Jobs famously believed in investing through downturn, boosting R&D, which led to the iPad's launch. Then came the swift COVID-19 recession in 2020. This was Apple's strongest showing. Financials robust, stock price recovered in 2 months. Services division was a major factor. Apple launched iPhone SE 2, priced at $399. This move catered to consumers with tighter budgets, maintaining sales. So, looking at Apple's journey from vulnerable 2001 to resilient 2020, we see clear adaptation. Affordable entry points and diversified revenue are key. This brings us to the present. Clues are clearer than ever. The world's most valuable company is signaling something profound about our economic future. Now, let's go back to that secret message. This is where Apple's current actions become undeniable evidence. Now, let's open the image. Take a close look at the iPad market share by model, year over year. For a long time, the high-end iPad Pro dominated headlines. And in 2020, the base iPad held 27% of the market, while the iPad Pro was at 42%. But then in 2021, the base iPad dipped to just 15%, while the Pro climbed to 48%. This was their peak. Yet from that point, data reveals a startling trend, a strategic shift. The market share of the base iPad model surged dramatically, climbing from 21% in 2022 to 30% in 2023 and reaching a remarkable 38% in 2024. During the same period, the more expensive iPad Pro models saw their share decline, dropping from 47% in 2022 to 38% in 2024. This isn't coincidence, it's a clear strategic shift. recognizing demand for more budget-friendly options, anticipating consumer behavior in a tougher economic climate. But the real smoking gun is the rumored budget MacBook with an A18 Pro chip expected in H1 2026, priced around $700 to $800. Apple, epitome of premium, is reportedly developing a mainstream affordable laptop. The A18 Pro chip offers performance comparable to the original M1. This isn't just about expanding market share, it's a direct response to anticipated tighter consumer budgets, echoing their iPhone SE strategy for a new product category. Beyond products, Apple is recession-proofing its entire business. First, the services powerhouse. Tim Cook grew services revenue, surging nearly 40% from $72 billion in 2021 to $99 billion in 2024, projected to hit $120 billion by 2027. Services like Apple Music and the App Store are recurring, less volatile than hardware sales, providing a stable financial moat. Next, Apple Intelligence, AI integration. Apple's AI foray isn't just about catching up, it's a strategic move to deeply embed AI into services and hardware, making the ecosystem indispensable. This could unlock an estimated $50 billion in new services revenue by 2030, cementing financial stability. Then there's the fortress balance sheet. Apple sits on over $50 billion in cash. This massive cushion allows them to weather any storm, invest in R&D, and make strategic moves even when competitors struggle. Finally, supply chain diversification and build for all. By shifting production out of China to countries like India and Vietnam, Apple mitigates geopolitical risks and creates a more flexible supply chain, less vulnerable to disruptions. So, circling back, does Tim Cook know a US recession is coming? While never publicly stated, Apple's actions speak volumes. Their strategic pivots, from aggressive iPhone price adjustments in 2008 and the iPhone SE in 2020, to the base iPad's rising popularity and the anticipated budget MacBook for 2026, are clear, proactive measures. Coupled with relentless growth of recession-resistant services, massive cash reserves, and diversified global strategy, a compelling picture emerges. Apple is not merely hoping for the best, they are learning from history, adapting their core business, and strategically positioning themselves to thrive amidst future economic headwinds. They are acting with foresight, sending a silent yet undeniable signal about the future of the global economy.